Chapter 3 of Thrown Abroad. Stealing glove is very simple if you have a disguise. The main problem, however, was that the changeling did not, in fact, have a disguise. So, yeah, it wasn't that simple, really. Lol. Well, he was wearing a cloak and sunglasses. However, it turns out that ponies do not often wear these things when going out in public. Well, Zecora does. She gets away with it. I mean, what? Whatever. Well, she just wears a cloak, not sunglasses. Lol. Random. Whilst going out in public in his appearance, all wrapped up in a cloak to conceal his changeling body parts. No dirty jokes. And wearing sunglasses to hide his eyes was somewhat abnormal. Sure. What made it particularly difficult was... sorry. Let me just start that again. What made it particularly difficult to gather love in this state was that he didn't look remotely like any pony in Ponyville. That meant he couldn't masquerade as any pony and covertly steal love. That meant he would have to forcibly, I think you mean forcibly, steal it. Go up to a couple, use his changing magic and take their love. With some luck, they might not even notice it. I mean, well, yeah, they would, because don't you get, fatigued when you... Don't they get, fatigued when a changing takes their love or something? Yeah, whatever. It's his story. I'm not going to question it. My logic's not... my logic's not wanted here. Blah, blah. Random. Lol. Okay, a lot of luck. Suddenly having your love going into a different direction than you meant is quite noticeable. Considering the stares and odd looks some of the ponies were giving him, this might actually be sort of difficult. To steal love, you had to be close, and to be close, ponies had to be not creeped out by you. Wearing a cloak that covers your whole body is sometimes considered creepy, and thus didn't really provide the changeling an advantage. Yeah, you should have thought about that, shouldn't you? You cheeky bastard. He was so cheeky in chapters 1 and 2. He was so cheeky, this changeling bastard. He was so cheeky. If you haven't seen the other video, go watch it and listen. You'll find out how cheeky he is. The cheeky little bastard. The next problem was that there was a frightening lack of actual loving couples walking around Ponyville. Even though in other stories people make them out to be lesbians and gays and shit. But, whatever. As he walked down one of the larger roads of the village towards the market, he noticed a lot of ponies walking together, but none actually seemed like lovers. Most of the villagers were out in groups of friends, chatting about the weather as something equally boring, or doing their early morning grocery shopping, like they do every day. He paused for a moment. Maybe he had to change his plan around a bit. No couples meant he would have to try a different area of the village, maybe a park, or possibly a sudden impact of what must have been a meteor threw that particular train of thought right off track. Train crash. And the changeling bounded backwards, landing in the debris of space rock that had hit him. As he stood up, shaking off his dizziness and fixing his cloak, he checked what had crashed into him. He could see 3 fillies. Oh, I like where this is going. He could see 3 fillies, all of them in varying states of consciousness. One of them was a yellow earth pony with a red mane and a blue helmet, currently hanging out of a red cart that was attached to a scooter. Yep, I like this. Another filly was a white unicorn with a pink and purple curly mane and wearing a green helmet. She was currently lying on the ground, propped up against the side of the cart. The changeling recalled that this must have been Sweetie Belle, the little pony he had seen the day before, in the boutique. Yuck. You cheeky changeling bastard. You cheeky changeling. You cheeky changeling. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Lol, I'm random. Yet another of the 3 was an orange Pegasus with a soft purple mane and a dark purple helmet with white racing stripes. Meow. Her eyes were lolling about as she was draped over the scooter. The 3 stood up and shook their heads to clear the dizziness, probably grateful they were wearing helmets. Yup. And regarded the pony they just hit. I'm not going to do voices for these fillies because 1, I'm lazy, and 2, I'd just balls it up anyway. Lol. Oh my gosh, we're so sorry, the white one blurted out. We are? The apparently dumb... Oh, you cheeky changeling! Bastard. We are? The apparently dumb orange Pegasus asked. Oh, the cheek of it all, this changeling's cheekiness! How dare you! How dare you, changeling! Well, of course we are. You kinda ran him over, Scootaloo, the yellow filly told her. The Pegasus, apparently named Scootaloo. I wonder why. Scootaloo? Scooter? That's where she gets her name from! Sorry, I'm being random. I like being random. Lol. Back to the story. Blah blah. The Pegasus, apparently named Scootaloo, rubbed the back of her head. Oh, sorry. She apologised with an awkward smile. How did I do changing again? I can't remember. How did I do a changing voice? Oh wait, I think I remember. You should have asked where you were going, the changeling chided her. What's wrong with your voice? Scootaloo asked, almost immediately receiving a whack to the shoulder from the earth pony. Ow! Applebloom, what'd you do that for, ho? Lol. Oops. The changeling almost covered his mouth with a hoof, remembering just in time that it would botch his disguise. A changeling didn't merely look like a bug, they sounded like one too. Flapping their wings would create a sometimes annoying buzz, and their voices had a low buzz to them as well, which I can't do, so you'll have to stick with the voice that I'm doing. It sounded entirely unlike a pony's voice. I have a sore throat. A really, really sore throat. Okay, that was a terrible excuse. There's no way, though. Oh, okay, Scootaloo said, satisfied by the response. This pony must be especially dumb for a pony. You cheeky, cheeky changeling! Well then, we should be going again, Sweetie Belle said. We're really sorry for running you over, mister. She trailed off, realizing she didn't know his name. Hey! The earth pony, Applebloom, called out. Are you new in Ponyville? She asked the changeling. He hesitantly nodded in reply. The three fillies looked at each other. Maybe we could try being new pony greeters, Applebloom said. The other fillies nodded their agreement. You mean nodded in agreement? Just saying. And the three yelled out, Cutie Mark Crusader new pony greeters, yay! Try saying that 5 times really fast. Lol. The force of their shout almost sent the changeling's cloak flying, like it was a dragon shout. Fusho da! Da, 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 da. And I'm getting sidetracked. Let's get back to the story. Welcome to Ponyville, mister. Sweetie Belle greeted him. I'm Sweetie Belle. Like you didn't know that yet. Cheeky bastard. That's Applebloom, she said as she pointed to the yellow earth pony, obviously, and then she pointed at the Pegasus, adding, And that's Scootaloo. What's your name? Double Loops. Being disguised as a new pony required a name as well, which he had not so conveniently forgotten about. He needed a name, and fast. My name is... Quick, think of a normal pony name. It's... Cloud something? Blah 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 grass? No! Sweat was starting to collect on his forehead. Okay, something obvious. I'm wearing sunglasses. It's sun, and a cloak. Suncloak. My name is Suncloak. No, you idiot. That's a terrible name, he thought, mentally slapping himself. He decided to add a grin. Ponies never thought you were lying if you were grinning. Yeah. You just keep believing that. That's a nice name, Applebloom said. Okay, maybe all ponies were this dumb, or possibly only the little ones. You cheeky bastard! The changeling, or so now apparently named Suncloak, gay name. Lol. Nah, it's actually a pretty good name. I like that. Released a breath he didn't realise he was holding. I just picture him going blue and then realising, oh, I'm holding my breath. Back to black. Sorry, I'm random. Lol. Well, I should probably get going, but watch out next time, or warn other ponies when you're going too fast. They probably wouldn't catch his little slip. Still, these were ponies he was talking to, not other changelings. Proper terminology was required. Okay, the three fillies said, somewhat somber, and clambered onto the scooter and cart. As he turned around to leave, his stomach grumbled again. Not eating for more than a week tends to make that happen. Grumble, 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 grumble. Apple Bloom turned around and asked him, "You hungry, Mr. Suncloak?" Suncloak pondered his choices. Maybe these fillies could lead him to a restaurant, or otherwise a household of two parents. A restaurant could have a few couple of lovebirds, and two parents are always a good source of love. Yeah, in Ponyville. Anywhere else, like Britain or what, your chances are very slim. Yeah, I said it. If you're British, deal with it. Lol. As a matter of fact, yes, he told them. Why don't you come along with us then? Sweetie Belle asked, so we can make it up to you for running you over and everything. Excellent. This was turning out to work in his favour. Sure, he said as the two fillies in the cart scooted over. But I am not going to sit in that cart. Scootaloo turned her head. But it'll be a lot faster than just walking. Suncloak rolled his eyes. Whatever, as long as he could get a meal. Fine, good. He hopped into the cart and they sped off. A few moments later they came up to Sweet Apple Acres. It wasn't a place he had thought of visiting, but if there was love for him to eat there, it was worth a shot. Couldn't they have at least called it something else a bit less sappy than Sweet Apple Acres? Cheeky, cheeky, cheek. Cheekier than a cheeky girl. We are the cheeky girls, we are the cheeky girls. Yeah, I'm getting sidetracked. Once in front of a quaint house, the fillies and changeling got off their vehicle. Apple Bloom opened the door. We're back, she called out, and we brought a guest. An orange mare with a hat came out of another room. Applejack, if you recalled correctly. I can't remember how I did her. I'll make something up. A guest? Why, ain't that nice? Deal with it. That's the best I can do for Applejack. Shut up. She went over to Suncloak and gave him a fierce hoof shake. The name's Applejack. Sorry. The name's Applejack. She let go, but that didn't stop the changeling from shaking like a pair of maracas. Yeah, maracas. Maracas. Sorry. I'm Suncloak, he said after he got his shaking under control. Still a stupid name, he added in his thoughts. Still, he would have to stick with it. Nice to meet you, Applejack told him, then turned to Apple Bloom. You didn't tell me you blah, blah, blah. You didn't tell me you were bringing a guest, though. The three fillies told the farm pony what had happened earlier. As they finished, Applejack sighed. I'm mighty sorry, mister. It won't happen again. She glared at three rather guilty-looking ponies. Am I right? Demonically. It won't, the three said with a sigh. Oh, it could have happened to any ling, the changeling said with a dismissive wave of his hoof. Oh no. No, the computer's died on me. Crap. Just give me a moment. Give me a moment to fix it. Okay, so the computer has life back inside of it. I breathed life into it. And stuff. Random. Lol. I like being random. Lol. Giggity. So yeah, let's carry on with the story where we left off. Oh, it could have happened to any ling, the changeling said with a dismissive wave of his hoof. Right, okay, here we go. Don't you mean any pony? Applejack asked him. Yes, any pony. What'd I say? I thought I said any pony. He corrected himself. Changelings didn't use words like any pony or every pony. They said any ling and every ling. Of course. Cool. Lol. Random. Ponies and changelings weren't exactly on speaking terms, so they didn't use the same terms. Ponies referred to their own species, changelings referred to their own species. That's how it worked. Yeah, okay. Yes, okay. Lol. Random. Waffles and Muffins. Except he'd forgotten for a moment that he was supposed to be talking like a pony now, not like a changeling. Was he always such a bad actor? Yes, and you were also such a cheeky changeling bastard! Lol. Applejack gave him an odd look for a moment. Well, you seem trustworthy enough. Suncloak breathed a sigh of relief. He was in the green, for now. No, he's not. He's not in the green. He's in Sweet Apple Acres. Yeehaw! Lol. From here, he could get to know more ponies and potentially find a few lovers as well. Love. One thing that still bugged him, though, was that Applejack still seemed familiar to him. Had he seen her somewhere before? And I think I sorry. And I think I should know a bit about trustworthiness, seeing as I'm the element of honesty and whatnot. Applejack nonchalantly told him. Oh. So that's where he recognized her from. That would probably make this a little bit more difficult for Suncloak. A little bit more difficult. Yeah. Yeah, it might. Yeah, it might. Yeah, it might. It might be a little bit more difficult. But I'm afraid we won't be able to find that out in this video reading because I'm kind of pressed for time, so I'm gonna have to end this chapter reading here. But don't worry. Stay tuned for the next video, and I'll have chapter 4 and 5 done in one go. Maybe 6. Maybe. Probably. Might. But until then, I will see you in the next fanfic reading. Bye. Like and subscribe, you beautiful motherfuckers.